Hi everyone. Today I'm going to be doing a series video that I've been needing to do for a very long time, and that's doing a Super Sentai head helmets and go over which ones I think are the best and which ones I think are the worst. So I think they have them in order, except for a little bit of a jump between um, the Ginga Man and Go 5, and unfortunately, I think that's. I'll make sure to go through it in order. So let's go ahead and go through it. So, first off, we have Aka Ranger, the original first ever Super Sentai Ranger. I think it goes in a good solid A. I think it's really nice to look at because it has that bug hero motif that works for practically any show that they're in. Um, Obviously, Ant Man and Blue Beetle are two of the most well known bug superheroes, and typically Ant Man is red, and then the Beetles are technically blue. Um, we'll get to it later once we talk about the rest of the team. But the rest of the Rangers are, well, the original Go Rangers. They all look pretty decent. I think red and green look the best, followed by yellow, then probably pink and blue being the worst out of those three. But otherwise, they wouldn't go below B. Um, I think Aqua Ranger is probably the best of them. So, yeah. Next up is Jack Cow. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I think Jack Cow has probably one of my favorite helmet designs. I know it makes no sense to a lot of people, but I enjoy the card theme, and not to mention Big One being a big reason I love those Rangers. Alright, Battle Fever J, I don't think I need to really say much about them other than the fact that they look horrendous. So, alright. Denji Man, I think Denzi Man, I think I think are pretty bad. They did the alien tech a lot better in future series, and I just think they did the worst there. I think Goggle 5 came before Sun Vulcan, because these two are connected, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But that doesn't mean I won't be putting those two separate from each other. I think Vol Eagle, Vol Panther, and Vol Shark, I think they nailed it on their helmet designs. I think they have probably one of the best designs there. And I think that's one thing to always remember with a trio of Sun Vulcan. However, I do think that the Goggle Fives um, uh, design is horrid. I don't like the design on the uh, stone visor. I think those are really bad. Next up, we have Dynaman, and I will say this: I think I love Dynaman. I think helmet wise, they're pretty basic, but basic is always pretty good. You can never go wrong with them. Oh lord. You know what? I'll hold it. So that's a season that I think is great. Uh then this is Bioman. So Bioman is a really good season. I think the helmet designs is probably the best when it comes to techie designs like that, but overall I think the Bioman had a really good helmet design. I'm gonna put Changeman in C and Flashman in A. I think Changeman is pretty okay. I think the way they did their their mythological beast way of showing them, I think is the worst. We'll get to one that is a lot better with those. And then Flashman, I think Flashman is pretty stereotypical, really good in this genre. I think it's a really good one. Mask Man, I think, is pretty basic, and I think is a pretty good uh, line to not pass. I think it's probably one of the better ones. And so, yeah. Next up is Live Man. I think Live Man's B. I think Turbo Man is pretty good, and 5 Man. I think these three are pretty good. I think they're just basic. I think this one is currently my favorite, which is Jetman. I have a huge soft spot for Jetman, and I don't know about you guys, and especially Yellow Owl, because I always kind of think myself as an owl where I will wait till I feel like I need to punish you, and I think his development is great. I'm still currently watching Jetman, but I think it's a really good one. Jew Ranger, or otherwise known as widely popular Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, I think is a pretty decent head design. I don't think it's decent, but because this was also a part of the trio or quad seasons of Power Rangers, I'm going to go ahead and put why am I blinking on him? His name's Dragon Ranger, right? Yeah. Ryu Ranger. My mind is blanking on that name. That's gonna kill me. However, I think their helmet designs are really good. I think the next two are great. I think Car Ranger is pretty alright. I don't really like the design. And Mega Ranger is really good. So I think O Ranger, I think the star motif works. I think having points to let you know how many points that they have and what rank they are. I think Kaku Ranger's design is pretty nice. It shows them the type of origami and ways that they know how to do things. So his is a circle, which means that he has all knowledge of what to do, and that means he's a good leader. I think Car Rangers is a worse Turbo Ranger, but I understand that they have extra headlights because they also have rescue. They have other Zords that they can call upon, which in the U.S. they called upon Lightspeed Rescue or Go-Go 5 Mecha, which is crazy. So yeah, there we go. And then Ginga Man, I kind of really like it a lot. I think it's definitely an A. Next, Goggle 5, I have never been a fan of these, but I will put it there. Time Ranger, I think, is God tier. And Gower Ranger, I think, is mid. So, yeah. So those ones are ones that I don't really have much grip on. Now, the next two are my two favorite seasons of Super Sentai, and I think their helmet designs showcase that, especially with Abare Killer and the Thunder Rangers. I think both those teams add so much to what makes a good season. So then next we have is Deca Ranger, which I'm not a huge fan of, so Deca Ranger goes there. Maju Ranger I think is really nice. I think Bokenger is pretty basic and boring. I don't like Jungle Fury or Geki Ranger's helmets. Go Anger is really good. I think Shiba Ranger, well, Shiba Tekaru, aka Shinken Red, I think is probably my favorite helmet and probably favorite character. One of mine, because every time I want to use a Japanese name, I typically go for Takaru, which was what his name was. And so I think that's why I typically go for that. I think Gosager is unrightfully hated. I think it's a really good one. I think it's... yeah. Oh, Gokaiger, I think, is also up in my top 5. There is 2 other ones that could definitely beat that. Go Busters, I think, is a really good cheetah. I think it's really good. I think it's the best of A. Kyorijur, I can never really say their name correctly. I think is in the same boat. I think it's the bottom of A, though. Tokyo 1, Nigo. No. Right? Tokyo Nigo. No. I don't know. My brain is fried lately, so sorry if it looks like I'm just looking into space and just staring at these damn fucking heads. I think you're okay. I think this one is a really good ninja one. It's not gonna top Harukenja, but I think the ninja is really good. I think this is a pretty bad helmet design. I think his best helmet design is when he's a whale. But because it's in the bird eagle, so... okay, so the next couple of these... obviously it doesn't have a few of them, but a few of these are going to go into S due to my enjoyment. I think Resoldier is basic. Akiba Ranger, I'm not a huge fan of, but I like the haircut. I hate Don Maritaro. So, like I was saying, there was going to be 2 that was probably going to take up my top favorite spots with helmets. And... definitely think it's within my power to go ahead and do this. I think O-Ranger is really good. I think Ginga Man. I think Mega Ranger. And then the rest of these... yeah. So, this is my list. In D tier, which is the bottom tier, we have Don Bros, we have Geki Ranger, we have Goggle 5, we have Denzing Man, and then we have Battle Fever J. In C, we have Akiba Ranger, Tokyuger, Bokenger, Goggle 5, Car Ranger, and Changeman. In B, aka the middle tier, we have Resoldier, Juroger, Deca Ranger, Gawa Ranger, Terrano Ranger from Ju Ranger. We have 5-man, we have Turbo Ranger, we have Live Man, and then we have Mask Man. In A, which is above average, we have Kyo Ranger, Go Busters, Magi Ranger, Bioman, Dynaman, Go Rangers, Kako Rangers, Go Busters, Mega Rangers, O Rangers, Gingham Rangers, and in S, and in my opinion are the best helmets in the series. We have Ninja, Flashman, Time Ranger, Panta Ranger, Resoldier, Sun Vulcan, Jackal, Gosager, Q Ranger, Ryu Ranger from, I forget the name, it's fucking hitting me in the fucking face and I'm screaming. We have Jetman, we have, Hurricaneer, and then in my top 5, which Hurricaneer got dropped 4, which is Lupin Ranger, Lupin Red, Abba Ranger, mostly for Abba Killer, Captain Marvelous from Gokaiger, aka Gokai Red, Shinken Red, Shiba Tekaru, and my favorite, and honest to God, probably my favorite suit other than Abba Killer is Zenkaiser. I think the entirety of the Zenkaisers are really good. I think they were great callbacks, much like Gokaiger. I think Shinkenger and Abba Ranger hit the mark on the animals and dinosaur motif, and I think they showcased it a little better in their visors, because obviously Zenkaiser is both Go Rangers and Jackal Rangers, and also Battle Fever. I think they all both combined into one character, and so I think that's why Zenkaiser is probably my favorite. I will share this on Twitter and share this on every platform I can. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Yeah, so this will just go up as a random video. So thanks so much for watching and watching me choose my favorite Sentai heroes' pages, and thanks so much for watching my video. Thank you. Bye-bye.